Okay, well, good evening, XanGo. I would say that it was a pretty productive day. We got up, we did, well, me and you, we did about 15 miles jogging around the city, saw some cool stuff, went, Golden Gate, or started in Fisherman's Wharf, Golden Gate, kept going around the shore, up to the Cliff House, around to the beach, through Golden Gate Park, then the Twin Peaks, and then back down to Market Street, Market all the way back to Embarcadero, and then all the way back over to Fisherman's Wharf. So not a bad little jog in the tour of the city. Hit Union Square on the way, and then walked a few miles after that back to where I'm staying. So that I got there at about 3. And then had about 6 hours of phone calls back to back. I think I had about 8 phone calls scheduled with different distributors, doing 3-way phone calls and a couple of strategy sessions and things of that sort. So that took me till about 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock I started uploading some of these YouTube videos that we got done today. We recorded, this will be the 5th video today. So pretty productive day, right? Time management. Gotta love it. And I'm here at Ghirardelli Square. So, quick topic, one final topic for tonight that I wanted to talk about is expanding your warm market. And I had a great example. We had a great example the other day. I was in San Diego doing an event for one of my newer team members. And I went to the Red Bull Air Races with Tom Skowski, who's a 5K in my organization, and we had a great time there. And then immediately after, we took a boat out into the San Diego Bay, and we were watching the air races from the bay. And of course there were about 30 other people on this boat, so we were just kind of talking and meeting different people and everything. And we met a couple guys that were really nice guys. We asked them if they wanted to grab a bite to eat after we all got off the boat, so we all went to this little restaurant and we just started talking. And turns out one of the guys is very industrious, very entrepreneurial. He was telling us about all these inventions he's come out with and different little business ideas, and he started asking us about what we were doing. And of course we talked to him, and it was a really good example though, because it was a real natural conversation. In a situation like that, people always tend to say too much, and I always think it's best to answer people's questions, but we didn't pounce on them. We didn't say, oh, you got to do it, and start telling them all this stuff. We just said, oh yeah, we market a functional health beverage, and these are some of the benefits it offers. And then we kind of move on to different topics, and then he actually kind of brought it back and was asking more questions and everything. And he was asking a lot of questions, and because of that we said, well, hey, you ought to come to this event that we're doing on Saturday. So he's coming to this event that we have scheduled 2 days from now up in Santa Rosa. But even if he wasn't asking a lot of questions, that's not the point. I mean, it's great when they're asking questions, but you still want to resist the urge to talk too much. You want to answer their questions and then kind of move the subject on. You want it to be a real natural flow. You don't want it to sound like you're pitching somebody. And so he was asking lots of questions, but in a situation that somebody wasn't, it's not like the opportunity is lost. You're spending time building relationships. You're asking them questions. You're getting to know them. And certainly even XanGo may not even come up the first time you talk, but you're wanting to learn about them to see if this is somebody that is worth prospecting. And if they are, then you give them a call and you contact them, you ask them about doing a 3-way phone call or something like that. And you use the approach, the 3-minute approach that we teach, Cindy Samuelson's three-part 3-minute approach. And so, which of course leads with the sincere compliment, but you've got to have that sincere compliment, and you won't know that sincere compliment unless you spend some time getting to know somebody. So that's just a real good example, and we got 2 great guys out of it that are going to come this Saturday, and both of which could do very well at this if they decide to jump on board with us. So it was just a perfect example of building your warm market. We were out there just having a good time, just meeting people. We didn't do the air races for the thinking that we'd be able to meet somebody on the boat. We did the air races because we thought it'd be cool to go and watch the air races. But while we were there, we were certainly just trying to be a little bit social and trying to meet some people. And I'll tell you, I'll be the first one to tell you that those sorts of situations, it's it's out of my comfort zone to strike up conversations. I'm definitely more of an introvert, and on an airplane I'd rather fall asleep than talk to you if I haven't met you before. That's my natural tendencies. But it doesn't matter what your natural tendencies are. We all need to push ourselves, and certainly that's something that I work on a lot, is being a little bit more social in situations like that, so I have more opportunities of meeting great people. You might be shy, but ultimately you have to decide which is more important to you, or which is, are you going to continue being shy, or do you want to get rich? Because that's kind of the choice that you have to make. And you might be shy, but that's part of it. You got to get out of your comfort zone and talk to people. But just by living an active life, getting out there, participating in some of these cool things that are going on all over the place all the time, get creative, do anything, start volunteering for something that you'll enjoy, join a club, join some sort of exercise group, start taking a foreign language at night, at some community college classes. Anything like that is going to put you around new people. And don't do it for the prospecting aspect. Do it because it's something that you'll enjoy, but make an effort to meet people in the process, and you will never have a lack of warm market prospects. So there you go, warm market recruiting. It's been a great day. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll be back soon. Adios.